This is Star Wars, the Vintage Collection, Jango Fett. The figure is part of the Attack of the Clones wave, or here in Manila, it's part of the fourth wave of Vintage Collection Star Wars figures. And it is one of those figures that really flew off the shelf when it first came out. I already had one earlier. Didn't want to take it out of packaging, didn't feel the need to. This was a highly sought after figure, as I would later find out. And one of the really main characters that got the whole Attack of the Clones Attack of the Clones Star Wars movie going. And if in episode 1 it was Darth Maul, I reckon in the second movie it had to be this guy. That was the main Jedi nemesis. But anyway, a great figure. Never thought much about it. Wasn't a big fan of this. For some weird reason, I wasn't really a fan of Jango Fett. He was okay. I liked Boba Fett more. I thought the character was more exciting. Jango Fett, his dad, being the original of the clones. If you watch, I'm sure a lot of you watched the movie. He was the original mold for the clones, clone troopers, which would later become stormtroopers. And this is by far, I think, the best Jango Fett figure that Hasbro's has ever produced. They've come up with a lot of Saga Legends figures, Attack of the Clones movie figures that had very little articulation, limited accessories, but I think by far this is the best one they've made. So we'll get to that in a little while. Here is a quick look at the packaging. Fantastic artwork, very memorable scene with Obi-Wan. And here is the back of the packaging. This was the very first Jango Fett figure. I had an opportunity to buy this one back in the day. Passed up on it because of the lack of articulation. And here's the rest of the assortment. Alright. Okay. We'll leave that in the background. And speaking of Obi-Wan, here he is with the Jedi Master. Pretty cool. Set up a diorama with that. On to the figure itself. The figure comes with a ton of accessories. First, he comes with a removable. Excuse me, what's wrong with the lighting? Okay, just adjust the lamp. Okay. He comes with a removable helmet and gives you a very nice head sculpt for Jango Fett. He also comes with an extra headpiece. This is the comlink or communicator headpiece he uses when he pilots the Slave One. If you have the Episode 2 Slave One vehicle, this would be a great addition to that instead of the older versions of Jango Fett. So that's pretty cool. Take that out. He comes with a poncho that is removable. It's not really a poncho because as you can see, the sleeves have been sewed in. A poncho will not have sleeves. Anyway, underneath that, all that is the Mandalorian armor, which he has, as you can see. He also has a removable backpack, which is his jetpack, and has a non-firing missile. So, interesting enough. I didn't really need it to be firing. It's pretty cool. He also comes with 2 blaster pistols, that fit nicely in his holsters. Excuse me. As I was saying, it fit nicely in his holsters. These holsters, I like the fact that they're attached to the belt as a separate piece, so that when you move the legs, they don't actually stick to the leg. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. There is some molding on his forearm, which why don't we just take it off if we can? This thing is quite... Yeah. Come on now. Alright. There we go. Okay. The poncho in. It's made of a... It's not made of the soft goods type of cloth they're using with this one. It's not the... It's a little bit thicker than the ones they use for capes, and as you can see underneath, it's a little bit shiny. So I like the fact that Hasbro did not scrimp on or become cheap, and did not let their cheapskate mentality win over the design of this figure. So that's very nice. Thank you, Hasbro, for giving that to the fans. There's some molded pieces of plastic here on his forearm, which is connected to the elbow swivel. So he's got some molding which hinders the articulation a little bit, but it's fine. It is absolutely necessary, I think, for the figure to have that, to make it very realistic to the movie. But it doesn't hinder the articulation as much. That's pretty cool. Onto the articulation. It's got a ball jointed neck. Very nice. A lot of expression on it. Ball jointed upper torso, ball hinge shoulders and elbows, and a swivel forearm, not the wrist. Would have been nice if it were the wrist. It's got a hinge hip, ball hinge knees, and ball hinge ankle. So all in all, I'd say if you're a big Star Wars movie fan, if you liked Episode 2 and you're a big fan of the vintage collection, you've got to pick this figure up. I mean, this is a must-have, especially since he's a very pivotal character in the trilogy, and the prequel trilogy, I mean. I like it. Never really thought much about it, but now that I've got him out of packaging, I was wrong. He is a wonderful figure. I wish they could have given him some ball hinge hips. That would have really made this figure perfect. As it is, the figure for me is a 9 out of 10. If you see him on retail, grab this one up. A lot of collectors, a lot of scalpers, a lot of fans are after this figure. So there you go, folks. If you like this video, please don't forget to add your favorites. Click the thumbs up icon at the bottom. If you want to know my latest toy purchases and upcoming reviews, please follow me on Twitter at www.twitter.com/fxfriends. There you go, folks. Star Wars, the vintage collection from the Attack of the Clones wave, Jango Fett. Thanks for watching.